Velorian was a city unlike any other. Not built of wood or stone, but of music, melodies wove through its streets, harmonies resonated from its buildings. Velorian thrived on a magical piece of music, the Symphony of Creation. The symphony's ethereal notes breathed life into the city. They sustained its people, fueled its magic, and protected it from harm. The citizens of Velorian revered the symphony. They lived their lives in harmony with its rhythm. Shopkeepers timed their sales to its crescendos. Children learned its melodies before their alphabets. The Symphony of Creation was more than music. It was the lifeblood of Velorian. Lyra Calum was born under a sky filled with musical notes. From her first breath, she resonated with the Symphony of Creation. Her laughter echoed its joyful trills, her tears mirrored its mournful cello. Lyra possessed a unique connection to the symphony. She could hear it in its entirety, every note, every nuance, every breath. As Lyra grew, so did her talent. She became a virtuoso violinist, her music echoing the symphony's magic. Her performances captivated Velorian. Her bow danced over the strings, drawing out the symphony's essence. Lyra's music brought joy, solace, and a touch of the city's magic to all who listened. One starlit evening, as Lyra played for a crowd in the city square, something went wrong. A single note, sharp and dissonant, pierced through the symphony's harmony. It was subtle, almost imperceptible, but to Lyra's attuned ears, it was a jarring anomaly. Lyra faltered, her melody wavering. The discordant note echoed in her soul, a disquieting tremor in the symphony's perfect flow. The crowd, oblivious to the anomaly, continued to cheer. But Lyra couldn't ignore it. The symphony, the lifeblood of Velorian, was flawed. Driven by an inexplicable urge, Lyra sought answers in the oldest part of the city. The cobblestone streets echoed with the footsteps of history, each corner whispering tales of the past. She ventured into the Grand Library, a labyrinthine trove of forgotten knowledge. The grand arches and towering shelves seemed to stretch endlessly, holding secrets long forgotten by time. The air hung heavy with the scent of aged parchment and whispered secrets. Dust motes danced in the dim light, adding to the library's mystique. Lyra navigated the towering bookshelves, guided by an intuition she couldn't explain. Each step felt like a journey deeper into the heart of history, her fingers brushing against the spines of countless volumes. Deep within the library's heart, she discovered an ancient manuscript. It was hidden away, almost as if it had been waiting for her all this time. Its leather cover was worn smooth with time, embossed with a silver emblem of a musical note. The emblem glinted faintly in the dim light, hinting at the manuscript's significance. This, Lyra sensed, held the key to the discord that plagued the symphony. She felt a connection to it, as if the manuscript was calling out to her, promising answers. With bated breath, she opened the manuscript, its pages rustling like forgotten whispers. Each page seemed to pulse with a life of its own, revealing secrets that had been buried for centuries. Section 5. The Missing Page. The manuscript, penned in a language both familiar and strange, spoke of the Symphony of Creation. It detailed its origins, its power, and its intricate connection to the city of Velorian. Lyra pored over the faded script, her fingers tracing the elegant calligraphy. The manuscript held the city's musical history, its past, present, and future intertwined within its verses. But as Lyra neared the end, her heart sank. The final page, the one that presumably held the symphony's complete score, was missing. A jagged tear marked its absence, leaving a void in the manuscript and in Lyra's understanding. Section 6. A Melody Unsung. The missing page represented more than just a gap in the manuscript. It was a void that echoed through the halls of the symphony, a silence that screamed louder than any note. It was a missing piece of the symphony, a melody unsung, a harmony incomplete. The absence of this page left the composition fractured, like a puzzle with a crucial piece lost. Lyra knew with an unwavering certainty that the discord she heard, the imperfection in the symphony, was directly tied to the absence of this final page. Every note that clashed, every harmony that faltered, pointed to this missing piece. The weight of her discovery settled upon her. It was not just about the music, it was about the very essence of her world. The symphony was the heartbeat of Velorian, and without it, the city would fall into chaos. The fate of Velorian, the harmony of her world, rested on finding the missing page. The stakes were higher than she had ever imagined, and the urgency of her mission grew with every passing moment. Determined to restore the symphony to its full glory, Lyra vowed to find the missing page, to complete the melody, and to silence the discord that threatened her city. She knew that the future of Velorian depended on her success, and she would stop at nothing to achieve it. Section 7. The Guardians of Harmony. Lyra sought guidance from the Guardians of Harmony, a council of wise musicians tasked with preserving the symphony's integrity. The Guardians, their faces etched with years of listening to the symphony's wisdom, listened intently as Lyra recounted her discovery. They confirmed her fears. The missing page was indeed a grave threat. The missing page, they revealed, contained not just the final notes of the symphony, but a powerful counter-melody. This melody, if fallen into the wrong hands, could be used to disrupt the symphony, to unravel the fabric of Velorian itself. Section 8. Whispers of the Lost Note. The Guardians, bound by ancient oaths, couldn't leave Velorian to search for the missing page. They tasked Lyra with this vital mission, her unique connection to the symphony making her the only one capable of finding it. They spoke of whispers and rumors, tales of a lost city where the symphony's final note resonated. This city, they believed, held the key to the missing page. It was a perilous journey, fraught with unknown dangers, but Lyra, fueled by her determination and guided by the symphony's faint call, was ready to face them. Section 9. The Symphony's Call. Armed with her violin, the incomplete manuscript, and the symphony's melody whispering its guidance, Lyra prepared for her journey. She could feel the symphony's call in her heart, a persistent tug towards the missing piece. Leaving the safety of Velorian filled her with trepidation. But the thought of the city's harmony fading fueled her resolve. Lyra knew that finding the missing page wouldn't be easy. Dangers awaited her, challenges that would test her skills and her spirit. But she wouldn't be deterred. The symphony's fate and the fate of her beloved Velorian rested on her shoulders. Section 10. A Journey Begins. With a final, resolute breath, Lyra stepped beyond the city's musical borders. The city of Velorian, known for its harmonious symphonies and vibrant melodies, was now behind her. She was leaving behind the comfort of familiarity for the allure of the unknown. The familiar melodies of Velorian faded, replaced by the whispering wind and rustling leaves of the unknown. Each step she took was accompanied by the natural symphony of the countryside, a stark contrast to the orchestrated tunes of her home. Ahead lay a journey filled with uncertainty, but Lyra wouldn't falter. Her heart was set on a mission that transcended fear and doubt. The path was uncharted, the destination unclear, but her resolve was unwavering. She carried the symphony in her heart, its melody her guide, its fate her responsibility. Her quest had begun. The violin case on her back was more than just an instrument. It was a symbol of her purpose, a reminder of the music that needed to be restored. The symphony of creation, her city, and a world of music awaited the return of its lost note. The city of Velorian, with its rich musical heritage, depended on her success. The lost note was not just a piece of music, it was the heart of their culture. The silence of the missing page echoed in the air, a silence only Lyra could fill. The absence of the note was a void that resonated deeply within her, a silence that cried out for resolution. Her journey to find the lost note had begun, a journey that promised to be as magical and perilous as the symphony itself. The path ahead was fraught with challenges, but also with the promise of discovery and the hope of restoring harmony to her world.